Welcome to this third laboratory where we are gonna be solving this laboratory. This is SQL Injection Unit Attack, determining the number of columns returned by the query. So this lab contains an SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. The result from the query are returned in the application response, so you can use an union attack. I will explain you what is a union, what is that means. To retrieve data from the other tables, the first step of such an attack is to determine is the number of columns that are being returned by the query. We are gonna do this with an order by statement. I will teach you that, and you will then use this technique in subsequent labs to construct the full attack. So let's start with this. This is like a solution. This is like the solution that we have here. So, well, let's open this. But first, I'm just going to explain you about order by and union, right? So, order by is a statement that you can use to order the different columns, yeah? So you can do this counting the amount of the columns, right? So for examples, if we have this table here, that is the product table. So to can use the union, you will also need two tables. Yeah. So I recommend you to create another table. So I just create product. So to can use the order by, so you can use this here. So you will get the ID and the description that will be ordered by the first table. Okay, well, this will show you an error in this part, but yeah, you can use this to know how many columns we have. So let's try to do that in Born Swift. So first, let's try to turn on the proxy, and then let's try to turn on the intercept. And let's try to run here. Let's try to go to corporate gift again. Okay, we already have the code here again. Let's try to send it to the repeater. And now we have this code in the repeater, so we can try to edit this to can get this laboratory solved. So first, let's try to delete it. And as I told you, we can use the order by statement to can know how many columns do we have here. So let's try to add that here right now. Okay. So well, order by one. Remember that you always have to add the quote at the beginning, like this, code space. Let's try to, uh, okay, control. Let's try to send it right now. Well, we got an internal server. Oh, okay, and remember, we have here this, the space. Okay, look, we have right now here 200. Okay, that's mean that we have one column. But what happens if we have more? We can continue checking here. We can put two. Let's see. Yeah, we have two columns. Let's write the number three. We have three columns. And let's try the number four. Where? That give us like an internal server error. So that means that we only have three columns in this website. Okay, perfect. So now that we know that we have three columns here, we are gonna be using the union statement. Yeah. So as I told you before, the union statement, this is really important in this case. But to can explain you that, I will need to create two different tables, product and users. I just okay. So union will try to recollect the information from the first table and will be add that information with the second table, right? So you will get the information, but keep in mind that if you have to put how many columns you have here. For example, here I put ID and description, so I can put only user here because that will give us an issue. Look, that give us an issue right here. But if we add another statement here, in this case password, let's try to run it. And look, we got all the information that we have here from the first table and the second table, the product and the user table. So there is an easiest way to can get the solution of this problem. We already know that we have to use obvious the quote plus in space and then union. And remember, we can add the columns here just with the null values like this. So it's well known that we have three columns in this part. So let's try to go again to burn swift. Let's try to change this here. The space. Let's try to add here. Do not forget that you have to add a columns here like this. And then try to add Control U. Okay, let's try to run is that work. Let's see. No, this is still not working. Internal server error. So we are forgetting something here. That is this union select here. Select plus no. That means select from three different columns. So let's try to run that if that works. Okay, that's perfect. That gave us a 200 code. That means that the code worked properly. Let's try to see the render if we got it. No, it's still not giving us a great solution. So let's see what's going on. Okay. So well, checking here, we notice that remember that say that these only have columns. So well, let's try to run it right now. Okay, so still 200. Okay, let's try to render that. Congratulations, we have resolved the lab. But let's try to add this directly to the proxy. Let's try to delete this and try to forward it. Let's try to check here. Okay, congratulations, we have solved the lab. So this was the payload that we use in this case. So we are gonna be needing this in future labs. So let's see you in the next lab. Thank you for watching this video again.